It's Michigan, April 28th, 2019. Today we're going to be cleaning my Glenfield Model 60 made by the Marlin Firearms Company. This is a semi-automatic 22 long rifle. It's not an expensive gun, relatively inexpensive. I think I picked this up at a pawn shop 25 years ago. I think I paid $110 for it. But like always, first thing you do before you clean a firearm, make sure it's empty. This one is. We're gonna just pull the magazine tube out of it. I like to clean my 22s, about every 100 rounds. A lot of people own 22s, semi-automatics. They complain about them misfiring, not ejecting. In my 63 years on planet Earth here, and at least 53 of them shooting 22 long rifles, I found out at an early age the biggest problem is dirt. 22s are notoriously dirty ammo, if you will. Not to mention all the small, intricate moving parts to fire that 22. A little bit of dirt will jam it up in no time. Let's get started. First of all, it's unloaded. 2 bolts hold the barrel to the stock. 2 bolts hold the mechanics, the barrel, the semi-automatic action to the stock. So now that we have the barrel and the action separated from the stock, we are going to remove the action here, as this is what gets gummed up. Bring this out into the sunlight. See all that in there? That is what stops the action, the slide from coming back and reloading. So in order to remove the action, we have to take this bolt out and this bolt out. Try to use the proper size screwdriver. Swing this around this way. Hopefully you can see it better. This one here pushes out easier, and I just use the small bolt. Okay. There we are out. Relatively clean here, with the exception of where the round comes up from the magazine and enters into the chamber. But here, this slide, gotta be careful here because you have your spring on your rod. You want to be careful that thing doesn't go flying. So there you have it, disassembly. You don't have to disassemble anything more here. We're right down to where we want to be. The ejectors, firing pin. And when I get down this far, I like to use a Birchwood Casey gun scrubber. It's not cheap, $15 for a can, but it does the trick. It works well. And of course, Hoppy's number 9. She is a beaut. I like to spray that gun scrubber on all the black. So let's see if we can see how much we can get out of there. This is what fouls up your 22. It doesn't take much to foul it. And every gun cleaning kit for a 22 long rifle should include Q-tips and toothpicks. Little Hoppy's number 9. And that slide gets a little carbon in there, And man, those 22s do not like to slide. And for a gun that's been probably 55, 60 years old, this is pretty clean. And I've put 8,000 to 10,000 rounds through this. I buy a bucket of bullets. Of course, you could get them now. It's 2019. Remember back when Obama was elected? You couldn't find 22s. But that is very clean now. That's going to work perfect. Now for inside here, this is where everything slides. That needs to be cleaned out. And you can see in there where these grabbers go in to grab the back of the 22 case. They get filled up and they need to be cleaned. And that's where I use the toothpick. We're going to soften that up a little bit with a little Hoppies number 9. That dissolves that spent powder. Clean it along the slides. See how black that is. And I don't like using patches to clean inside there. I'd rather use my wife's good washcloths. See, they clean very well. And what's a washcloth cost? $1. Them damn patches cost you $10 for a small bag of them. It's ridiculous. I'll save the patches for the bore. Okay, now that that's all clean, you gotta just run a brush down the bore, then a patch, along with some Hoppies number 9, and we'll start reassembling. Okay, I just ran a bore brush and a patch down the bore. Y'all didn't have to see that, you know how that works. But now, everything, just before reassembly, I hit it with a little bit of Hoppies, or what I really like to use is this Remington Rem Oil spray. Very light coat, and I rub it in by hand, and then take the excess off. Okay, I just ran a bore brush and a patch down the bore. Y'all didn't have to see that, you know how that works. But now, everything, just before reassembly, I hit it with a little bit of Hoppies number 9, or what I really like to use is this Remington Rem Oil spray. Very light coat, and I rub it in by hand, and then take the excess off with a clean rag, or the clean side of your wife's washcloth. It'll make her smell just like your guns. That's a good thing. Also going to wipe off the rod. Spring looks clean. So everything's ready for reassembly. Okay. This is probably the trickiest part. I like to compress that spring, get that rod started, and then drop it in just about there. Make sure it don't go flying forward. Rotate. Close it up. Don't be afraid to take your compressor, blow this out. Put this back together. And this screw that I'm tightening here, you do not want to over tighten because it will bind up the action of the gun. I don't know why it does that, but I've had it where that gun will just absolutely not cycle around if that front bolt is too tight. Okay. There you have it. Okay, let's load her up, take her to the range, and shoot a few rounds through her. Safety's on.